As members of the Global Farmer Network,
we believe agriculture is part of the solution,
not part of the problem.
We are committed to developing agricultural leaders
and sharing their stories across the globe.
We have one purpose:
to amplify the farmer's voice.
My voice.
Mi voz.
La mia voce.
My voice.
Hello, I'm Delaney Howell, host of this podcast series, and we're thrilled to continue the celebration of our 25th anniversary, a milestone year for the Global Farmer Network. Each month, we plan to continue highlighting some great themes, showcasing how our members have shown up over the last 25 years. This month, we're highlighting a voice who blends education, technology, and circularity to cut food waste and build stronger teams at home. Today's guest is Monica Ognio, a second-generation farmer from Peru. Monica's family farms near Lima, Peru, growing sweet onions for export and local markets.
I work in delicious sweet onions, and we ship across United States to Walmart, sometimes to Spain. It depends on the customer. Our packaging facilities have all the certifications, and our growing techniques also are certificated.
Onions are the backbone of their operation, but they're not the only crop. Monica's family also trials small blocks for local sale and for their own team. Beyond onions, the family experiments with pumpkins, purple carrots for natural dyes, and even grapes for small batch pisco.
We had some tryouts. For example, the last thing I remember, purple carrots. We were trying that for dyeing cotton and clothes, for food coloring as well, because it's organic, 100%. So that worked well. We also have pumpkins. We also have, it's a special green grape. In Peru, we use for Peruvian pisco. It's a liquor and it's delicious. We have some chickens and guinea pigs and a horse, some rabbits. And well, my daughter loves going. She just stays in the pens and she builds little houses and she plays and, and it's good because I have that ticket. Whenever I want to go to the fields, I know she's coming. Because she will be interacting with the little farm that we have. Because we have the land, we have good water, so we can experiment. Strawberries, for example. Why waste land? Why waste water if we can grow things just for family and friends or for locals or for our own field workers to consume in the farm? Or also we sell it locally. It's in a small amount, it's not big, but the idea is there is an opportunity, there is a possibility of growing food. Let's do it.
In addition to the farm, the other half of Monica's identity is a teacher. Balancing her time between the classroom and the farm can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity that allows her to show up differently at the farm. Her education mindset shapes how she manages people, communicates, trains, and builds loyalty.
Whenever I can, I like to just disconnect and connect with the land. Disconnect from work, from, now everything is technology, the phone and solving problems. I go to the farm, I go with all the family. It's like a fun field trip and we walk the fields, we ask questions, we get to see the people that work with us. We talk and just look at how the production is going. It's a nice family time, a quality time with the family. I'm also a teacher and I work at a school. So from my background as a teacher, I see how loyalty to this buying and loyalty on the things that are going. And, for the people working in the fields, just having like a nice present or celebrating a milestone, it's important. And giving also workshops from mental health to CPR or how to handle a special machine, that it's knowledge that they can use and grow professionally or in a personal basis. So that's something that I like to see. I take my background into agriculture and working with field workers and building loyalty. I think that's something that is important for any business.
As Monica alluded to earlier, she's working to build a circular economy solution. Peru faces a tough reality. Surplus onions are sometimes burned or buried, causing lost labor, lost inputs, and lost food. After seeing too much edible product wasted, Monica recognized an opportunity and set out to find a new solution. What was that solution? Upcycle imperfect onions into a shelf-stable snack, giving good food a second life.
What we sell locally is what is not perfect. Maybe it's bruised. It's not perfect quality. It has something. It's good to eat. Like you can wash it and you can eat it. So that's what we sell here in our local market. And also there's the project that I'm into is start closing that, having this circular economy, because there's lots of onions that maybe we didn't sell locally, but there's a big problem where they just burn food, they bury food. And it's really sad to see that. It's not just the money, it's the work and the, manpower, all the time put into those onions, just, rot. I've always seen these big holes or just driving by, lots of onions like thrown the side of the road. And sometimes you don't only see onions, you see the mesh. And that's plastic and it's pollution. It's like, why do they do that? Like, why is this not, there's no order? But, this insight moment came when we were in the GFN roundtable last year in London. It was great just to hear everyone's experience and, come up with this idea and say, we can do this. This is something that we could be taking advantage of in favor of our local community, because it's something that I started sharing with friends and family first. Everybody liked it. And I'm just waiting for the big income to come and have my own machine and start producing all the chips. And we are giving like a second life by designing a product that we're slicing the onions, really, really fine slices, and drying it with infrared technology. It's crunchy. It's just 100% onion. And you make a profit out of something that you were going to throw. And it's closing the circle and start it again.
Turning imperfect onions into food, not waste, takes the right tools. But for Monica, technology isn't just screens. It's infrared, lasers, drones, and ultimately a commitment to share those tools so all farmers can participate regardless of size or location.
And with this technology of drying with infrared, it's food security because you can dry whatever you want. We can dry our strawberries, our blueberries, and you don't use any water. That's amazing. And it doesn't consume a lot of energy as well. The idea here, where I see myself, is winning prizes. The government gives prizes to these entrepreneurships that take care of the environment and are something innovations. And I think this is very innovative. I can dry 100 kilos of onions in 8 hours without water, and having it packed in bags and that can last for 6 months. Well, that's food security. Even when I was nominated to the GFN, I always talk about technology. We need to come together and share technology or best practices in order to make the field work a little bit safer, starting from how to cover yourself from the sun. So I think technology is part of everything now. But we tend to think of technology as computers and phones, but there's laser, there's infrared, the drone systems. So making more accessible also to smaller growers. And a big challenge is how to get this technology to smaller growers so these smaller growers can have better productions, because our smaller growers around Peru, they sell locally and that's how they make a living. But the business that we own, it's bigger. No, we can afford some of the machines, but still, I think that the way that we can come together is by sharing best practices. And from sharing comes good ideas.
In addition to investing in technology, Monica and her team invest heavily in professional development, with an emphasis on women's leadership. And she sees training as human capital that compounds.
The majority, and I would say 80% of the heads are women engineers. Why I feel that we can trust more their decision making in regards of their families and in regards of how they are going to sustain a household. And it's important for us that they not only feel heard and supported, but also to give professional development, but also personal development, like wellness, health, security, mental health, for example, is something important. We have a list of workshops that it's mandatory, and the engineers that are the heads of the company, they need to be examples on how to work with the people and how to help them, how to listen to them in order to see what they need. We have people that work with us for seasons. It would be amazing if we could retain more of the people. And how do we build that? With professional development, talking about security at work, talking about security at home. When you build capacity in a person, that is human capital. So when you train a person, you want to retain that person. You want to keep working. Even if they make a mistake and it's something that you can fix, that person is not going to make that mistake again.
Not only do they place a high emphasis on hiring women, but they have also shifted their hiring strategy too, prioritizing a local workforce so skills stay in the community.
We had people that came to work in the fields, and we trained them because they had a good education in Venezuela, but there was a push force that, made them to migrate. And they ended up working with us, and we trained them, and they learned so much because we trusted in them. But then the next season, they didn't come back because they kept moving, they kept traveling. And we said, okay, we need to start working as we were, with the women, with the people, the local people that we know they're going to return. And we are not putting all this effort and all this time into training somebody that's not going to come back. But I think there's more that we can do. It's tiny investment that you can do to keep the farmers there.
From the classroom to the packing line, Monica's story shows how education, technology, and a circular mindset can reduce waste, lift quality, and strengthen local food systems. 25 years into the Global Farmer Network story, her example underscores a simple truth. Food security grows when we cut waste, share tools, and invest in people. It's clear that the past 25 years have created a lasting legacy of support, knowledge sharing, and unity within the Global Farmer Network. From the global roundtables that bring farmers together to the practical advice that transcends borders, the organization has made a profound impact, and we can't wait to see what the next 25 years will bring. If you're interested in learning more about the Global Farmer Network's mission and its members, seeing some of the things the organization is doing, and finding out how you can get involved, please visit globalfarmernetwork.org. And if you'd like to support the Global Farmer Network through a donation, you can do so at globalfarmernetwork.org/donate. If you enjoyed the podcast today, be sure to subscribe and follow the Global Farmer Network on social media: Facebook, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, I'm Delaney Howell, and this has been the Global Farmer Voices podcast.